Welcome to Trigger Point Performance. I'm Kyle Stahl. I'm the Senior Manager of Research and Program Design. And today, this first Tuesday of 2014, we're going to kickstart a 12-month series going through working all the areas of the body, or 12 areas of the body. Now, throughout each month, we're going to systematically progress through all of our various soft tissue tools. So today we're going to start off with the grid foam roller. Next week we're going to use the myofascial compression technique tools. The third week we'll look at the grid mini, and then the last week we'll follow up with the cold roller. Now throughout these videos we're going to keep them very short and very concise. We're going to introduce the area that we're rolling and then show you briefly how it is we're going to roll it. So this is basically to be just free education for you. Now if you have any additional questions, if you want a little bit more detailed information about the methodology or about why we roll a particular area a particular way, then please don't hesitate to leave a comment, ask a question, leave suggestions, or even email me directly at kyle@tptherapy.com. We're going to start with the soleus. So some of you may know, here at Trigger Point Performance, we feel that the soleus has one of the biggest influences over the rest of the body, primarily a negative influence if it's dysfunctional. Now we know through research that the hip can only work as well as the ankle does. If that ankle is locked up or not working the right way, then the knee, the hip, and the rest of the kinetic chain is going to pay the price for that. So let's grab your grid foam roller, let's take a seat on the ground, and let's get started. So I want you to imagine that your lower leg is divided up into two zones. We're going to call them zones. Zone 1 is going to be from the ankle to about mid-calf. This is going to primarily target the soleus region, and that's going to be what we roll today. So to begin, take the grid foam roller. You're going to place your leg right in the center of it. The roller is going to be just above the ankle. If you need additional compression, put this leg on top. If that's too much, then feel free to uncross the legs. Now the first thing I want you to do is search zone 1 for a tender spot. Now this is going to be what we call a trigger point. So as you're rolling, roll your leg to the outside. As you can see me rolling there, roll nice and slow, about an inch per second, and whenever you find a tender spot, stop and hold. Most of you are going to feel that tender spot on the inside part of the soleus. That's where we find our soleus trigger point. Whenever you get compression there, be sure you breathe. Try to relax. Hold pressure for either 20 seconds or until that pain starts to reduce. Now what you're going to do is look at our programming. Here we're going to roll 4 times, and we're going to do something we call spanning for 4 times as well. So here we're at the top of that zone. I want you to be sure and breathe. As you release, bend the knee up, and then back down nice and slow. So this is rolling about an inch per second. Now here we're rolling along the same lines as the muscle fibers. That's going to help promote blood flow, helps to flush any kind of fluid, oxygen, nutrients, all that fun stuff through the area. We're going through that 4 times. Now here we're going to do 4 spanning techniques. For this spanning, we're building and maintaining that compression, and then we're just rolling the legs side to side. This is going to add us a little bit of width there to the muscle, and hopefully by moving across the direction of those muscle fibers, it will free up some of those adhesions. So from here, be sure you're breathing, rotate the leg out, rotate back in again nice and slow. We don't want to do anything too fast because that will just overexcite those sensory receptors, and that does not get us any kind of relaxation at all. And then again, we're going to roll through that 4 times. So that's how we use the grid foam roller on the soleus region. We're going to divide that up into 2 different zones, zone 1, zone 2. Find that tender spot, then roll through the area 4 times, and then span 4 times as well. And as I said in the beginning, if you have any other questions, please don't hesitate to let me know. Tune in next week, and we're going to address and target that soleus with the Trigger Point Performance myofascial compression techniques tools. So this is our phase 1. Next week will be phase 2. So we're looking at that progression, how we can slowly start to change that tissue over time. So again, if you have any more detailed questions, please don't hesitate to email me at kyle@tptherapy.com. Look forward to seeing you next week, and Happy New Year.